Welcome back. We are in the thick of primary filing season at the State House, with candidates making things official at the Secretary of State's office. As we noted earlier in the newscast, the next to file will be Virginia Governor Jim Gilmore. He joins us now in studio. Governor, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Adam.
So Donald Trump got 12 free minutes of airtime from NBC last night on Saturday Night Live. Do you plan to ask NBC for equal time? And you don't necessarily have to go on SNL.
I don't think it'll do any good, but he gets a lot of free time, but that's okay. As much time as I can get my message out and be responsive to the people of New Hampshire.
We've got Veterans Day coming up on Wednesday. This is an enormous field of candidates, and yet only two are veterans, yourself and Senator Lindsey Graham. Does that trouble you at all? We used to historically have had so many veterans running for president, and now it's so few.
Well, I think that I am a good voice for veterans. I've actually been here in New Hampshire. I addressed a veterans group over the weekend, and I'm very concerned about the plight that veterans are experiencing in New Hampshire and across the United States, the inability to get proper medical attention, the scandals that we're seeing in the Veterans Administration. And I'll tell you, Adam, that when I become the president, I'm going to actually apply some hands-on management to this, and we're going to make sure that veterans are properly taken care of as they deserve to be.
Why is that it's taken so, I mean, it's every administration there are promises of help for veterans, and then we see the same problems time and again.
Listen, I am a veteran. I was trained as an intelligence agent. I was stationed in West Europe during the Cold War. I've come back home again and gone to law school on the GI Bill. I understand the concerns, and I am committed to it because I myself am a veteran, and I'm only one of two in this race.
It's looking increasingly likely that that Russian jetliner brought down in Egypt was the responsibility of ISIS. If you were the president right now, what would you be doing?
Well, first of all, I chaired the National Commission on Homeland Security for the United States, and the commission that dealt with terrorism and weapons of mass destruction for 5 years. I was the governor during the 9/11 attack and responded to that attack when the Pentagon was struck in Virginia. I think this is a harbinger of the dangerous situation to come. I think we do have to have strong, assertive American leadership from the presidency. I believe we have to rebuild the United States military so the opponents know that we're actually going to stand strong. And it isn't just the terrorists. It's the danger that we're seeing from a more assertive Russia and China, the Iran deal, which is a real problem. We're going to have strong leadership in a rebuilding of the United States military, including, by the way, rebuilding the Navy with more surface vessels, which I think is important also to New Hampshire.
What to do about ISIS, though? Boots on the ground in Syria and Iraq?
Yeah, I don't think that we're going to put soldiers in there, but I have called for a Mideast NATO formation group because I have that experience in Europe, and I believe that with American leadership and participation, I believe we can join our allies in the Middle East together to take care of not only ISIS, but also to restrain the expansionist tendencies of Iran.
In 2012, or after the 2012 election, the RNC tried so hard to figure out what to do about the debates. They didn't want it to become a sideshow. They didn't want it to become a driving issue. And here we are again with the debates sort of defining the Republican race. What's the solution?
Well, I think that there are easy solutions. I think that what we've seen, though, is the networks and the RNC trying to manipulate the nomination process, and I think that's wrong. Absolutely wrong. And you could have done it so easily. It would have been so simple to have taken the 15 candidates, divided them into 2 debates, drawn lots, so everybody has an equal chance to get their ideas out there. This isn't about the show. This is about the ideas and the leadership and the experience that a candidate can offer. And I have a unique experience both as a governor and also in the foreign policy field that none of the other candidates have. I have specific ideas, and I'm being denied an opportunity to speak to the people of this country because of this improper approach that's being taken.
Candidates who are in your position often have to choose between Iowa and New Hampshire. Are we going to see you more here or more there?
My focus is New Hampshire. I think this is the place where my ideas can get out there, where people are actually very receptive to the experience and the approach that I have that I'm able to take. And my focus is New Hampshire. I have been here already 14 times, and I will be this year. And I will be here much, much more because I want to win the New Hampshire primary.
Governor Gilmore, thank you for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Adam.
Hope to see you out there on the campaign trail.
Thank you.